What's going on, guys? Kyger back with another Legends Neverland video, and I have a couple account reviews I need to get to. Been kind of pushing them off because of the solo leveling stuff. And first we're going to start with Benzo here. They've been waiting about a week for their review. I apologize, but as we see, 153. I generally don't like to really look at accounts under 160 just because... Not that 160 is a super specific level, but 160 seems to be the amount of time when you're kind of figuring out your build. You're able to, you've been doing it for several months. You are able to get your top league rewards. You're able to get things rolling in at a good clip that you can make these changes. So if we take a look, 44 Dragon Force. Dragon Force hard to come by, and it's also going to depend on spending, which they did tell us. We'll see in a little bit about their spending. Good HP. We're looking at Ninja Priest. Okay. Holy Echo. And then about their spending. Down here at the bottom, I spend about 50 euros a month, more or less, so I can't aim for the best of my server. The top 10 CP, so 50 a month. That's definitely the monthly pass, the three monthly passes. You have the moon pass, you have the two ones, one that allows you to mine at home, and the one that gives you a free summon every day, and then also resources. That's good. And then he probably is able to afford whenever another battle pass pops up. Like right now, we have the three $15 battle three $15 battle passes. That's their entire budget right there. That's 45. Moving on to stats. We got crit, no crit damage. Okay, it looks like they're going towards break. We have ignore block. A good amount of ignore block is coming from the dagger class advancement. Crit immunity and block are kind of low. You want to look at the stats of the people on your server, or specifically the people you generally play against. If, for example, you have a specific team, maybe even two teams, that you play in top league every week, check their stats. See if they're focusing more on crit or more on block, more on break, and then build your defensive against that particular stat. Block recovery, suppression, increase, decrease. Good pierce rate, so we're more offensive based. I'm seeing here. Adventure increase, adventure decrease, debuff. Formation, class increase, and there's our elemental bonuses. This is their Echo. But they also sent me an updated one because it took me a while to get to it. This is their updated Echo. So, yes. This is what I do suggest. You get your Echo, level 5 or higher. It would be 6. This is actually the perfect number for the Holy. And then the others, you get Graft. So we see the 2 fires, 2 waters at 3 rainbow right there on the assist. You're going to want to graft them with other 2 fire, 2 water. You want to check the stats that you get for the grafting and make sure the grafted stats are giving you what you want. But as far as the actual fairies themselves, this is seeming like a pretty good. If you bring in twins over Nightshade, that would be a very solid PvE lineup for guild boss, things like that. That's going to be your best possible thing for that. I don't see any other holies back here, so I'm going to assume these are your only 6. And for PvP, you would swap out Gypsophilia for Butterfly Orchid, and then what you want to do, so swap Butterfly Orchid for Gypsophilia, and then change them to the different classes. The reason being is you want to start the battle in Priest, do all your buffs, swap, and then when you swap, it's going to trigger, not Snapdragon, Snakeberry, which will then boost her skill and the next fairy skill, which is going to be Butterfly Orchid, who does hit like a truck, and also locks your opponent in place, allowing you to hit the self-boosted Snakeberry. Actually, I think you need to get her to red 3 to get the self-boosted status. So that's actually something you're going to be wanting. Obviously, get as much Jinwoo as you can, because after the collab, it's way more expensive than others. And then after that, you want to be working up your Snakeberry and Butterfly Orchid. Checking abilities. So if you want a little extra CP, a CP trick is to level all of the abilities. So even though you're not using these 2 abilities, if you swap to Shadow Owl, unlock them, take them to level 10, awaken them, level 10, and then the deepen skills behind them, even if you don't have them equipped, that will count towards CP for you if you really care about CP. Now, I see they are using the ninja tool instead of aerial ace, which is kind of weird. I generally suggest aerial ninja tool over the smoke. So I would use aerial ace, especially for PvP. You could use it as a getaway tool or a gap closer, knock up, and then the ninja tool is very good for getting you out of CCs. It won't work on stuns, but cannot moves, which ends up being like half of the holy CC abilities is cannot move, which ninja tool will get you out of. Very good. Boom, 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 boom. I also don't agree with this. If you want to bring the heal, that's fine. But I think Thunder God is a whole lot better than Frostworm. Unless you're specifically... Even if... I guessed Frostworm would be good if you're trying to do Crystal Battlefield and maybe you're not strong enough and you want to slow someone down. The boosted slow from Frostworm would be nice, but I think Thunder God just allowing you to do more, especially this build, which is more damage focused, that we saw from their increase, things like that. I think they would make a lot of use out of that. Looking at what we have here, as you see, ignore block 30% right here from Ninja so far. Damage reduction. Okay, so we're doing T4, T4, starting T5. Ooh, this is... Okay. So, you should reset this T5. So you would obviously just reset Ninja, take it up T4, T4, and then bring up Scholar T4. Scholar, the Judge T4, and the Priest T4 are some of the best T4s in the game. Just because of the wealth of that it gives you. I believe Judge is the offensive one, and Priest is the defensive one. But that one level 5, I think, will get you like 2 of the Priest T3, which will be a lot better for you, and you'll be working towards this Priest T4. Already did that. These 67, 60, 76, 61. So you got them all to 60. That's a good break point. It looks like you're just going with whatever you have. When you're doing your Thunder Dragon, you can pick which one you do. This one, the easiest way to bring this up is waiting for Miru Balloon to come around and getting the 160 from the second tier, which is pretty cheap to get that done. For people that want to do this, I generally, I think it's 7 pulls of the balloon. Even if you already get it, do 7, because I believe it's 4, then 7 that you get the extra crystals as rewards, and then 10. That's generally stopping points. You want to stop at those clips. And then as far as which one to do, really until they're much higher, you picking which one to upgrade doesn't really matter. You're bringing them up so that you can unlock higher seals, which will give you better stats through your fairies, as we'll see right here. Total class advanced level, yep. You need 29 more class advancements, which if you get rid of the 5 and get the 3, that's +1 right there. With your 50 a month, really the best thing would be those selection packs for global. The global selection packs will definitely fix that up. Get your monthly stuff, and whatever's left, get the 5 or 10. The 5s are the best. The 10s are also very, very good. And then the 20s and above, they're good, but technically the 5 and 10s are the best. This, get it done when you get it done. There's no reason to really push this. You get the stuff for the dailies. As you see, you're almost at T4. The only thing that really wants this as fast as possible, obviously everyone wants all the stats, but the top special attribute, movement speed, is going to be very big for wind users, because Spring Radiance, Camellia, Tornado speed is based off of your speed. Obviously, do this as you can, doing your dragons. I think you being 160 should probably have them all at purples right now. I see you're doing kind of random stopping points. I see a +4 here. I see a +5 here. I see a +8 here. You want to be doing 3 at a time. 3, 6, 9, 12. It is good that you're doing your higher tier ones first. But, I mean, this purple shouldn't be a +4. This shouldn't be a +8. You get an extra stat at 3, 6, 9, and 12. So you want to be bringing them up that way. Obviously, all the blues should eventually become yellows. And then the reds is a late game thing. Don't really rush that. Obviously, you're going to want to be using your selectors from us doing maze or any of those events that pop up. Any selectors you get, you're going to want to do the IO selector. And you're going to be wanting, for all of the mid pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, anything in there, you're going to be wanting the break one, because I saw you're building break, not crit. Yeah, as you see right here, this is block protection rate. That's the defensive. And let's check what you got here. Obviously, whenever you're able to get a barong, right now there is no, that 3001 in the shop right now is for the new collab one. Whenever a barong pops up, you really want a brave barong right here, and then he's going to be your target. I see you're doing 80, 80, 80. Okay, that's exactly what you want. They're all roughly the same. You're using a cat skill. That's probably the best that you have. Debuff mastery, debuff resistance. You really want a cat right here in the naughty spot for that debuff mastery. And then you want to change down here. I think it's... Is it the otter? I think it's the otter that gives you the break down here. I have the cheat sheet on my Discord with the best ones for each. You're going to want barong up here. You're going to want the better debuff master here. You're going to want the break here, and the tenacity or block will depend on your server what's needed. But debuff resistance is what you want. IO 10, 10, 9. Yeah, so obviously you need to bring this 8 up to a 9, and then you get into that bad zone from 9 to 12. That's the really hard one that everyone has difficulty with. But looking at what we have, 1 heart, that's coming from your core. Boom, boom. Unfortunately, it looks like a bunch of your inscription are flat stats. We're going to have to... You're already kind of in there, but man, we need some better stats. It's up to you if you feel like you have a better chance of re-rolling or of just getting a better one just as a drop from top league or whatnot. But we want percentage stats, break, and whatever the defensive you want to go for, tenacity or block, based on your server. Those as flats will be fine. But the percentages are what you're really looking for here. And then the order down here, break free, that's your middle one right there. Adventure reduction, that's what you want. It's funny because I can tell, because you rolled a crit here on the order, I know it's from the core IO. Same thing as rolling tenacity on the inscription. We know that's your core. Tenacity and block is fine if you get enough rolls like that. But like I said, you want more percentages as far as HP or defense. If you are an Earth Echo player, defense is better. Anyone else wants HP. The only things that they didn't really show me here that would have been nice is their guild skills. I generally prefer a 16-7-7 split, but I know some people do like that 20-10-10. I do have a guide on that on the channel. But yeah, they just need to be focused more on what they're doing. Some slight changes to their formation. Oh, you're not even... This is the old one. Wait a second. Let me check the new... Alright, new one. I'm not seeing any graft. But yeah, you want to update your formation. As we see, you're leveling up your Jinwoo. He's at 389. And then you'll bring her and her up. They're all 320s or better. Yep, you gotta get your formation a bit better. Focus on getting your T4s on both, so that you can also get your up here. As you see, you'll get more attribute bonus from deployed fairies, and then more daily right there from the daily thing down there. More resources there, and that should be good for now. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.